A common question that I get asked all the time is, should you apply early action or early decision? And my resounding answer to this is yes, you should absolutely apply early action or early decision. And why is that the case? Well, if you take a look at the early action or early decision acceptance rates, they're significantly higher than the regular acceptance rates. For example, if you take a look at schools like Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, their early action or early decision acceptance rates are typically around 15%. Whereas the regular acceptance rates are roughly around, let's say, 3.8%. And then if you average the regular acceptance rates with the early action or early decision acceptance rates, then you get the overall acceptance rate, let's say like 4 or 4.5%. And so you really want to apply early action or early decision because it's almost 3 to 4 times the regular or overall acceptance rates. Granted, I get the feedback all the time that the early action or early decision applicant pool is much more competitive, and that's true as well. There's a lot of highly competitive students who are applying early. There's also some less competitive students who think they have a chance at getting into these schools, but they're really not within the range or the GPA or test score range of these schools. With that being said, by applying early, you do showcase and demonstrate your interest in the school. So it is another way of demonstrating interest to these schools by applying early. If you don't apply early, there's really nothing to worry about either because you still have an opportunity to apply regular, but the school does know that you did not apply early to their school. Right? And so you most likely, if you're a really strong applicant and you didn't apply early to their school, you most likely applied early to another school, which is your first choice. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I do think that applying early will increase your odds of acceptance. You should also apply early to the school that you really want to go to, right? Especially if it's an early decision school. For example, schools like UPenn, Columbia, UChicago, these are all early decision schools. So if you're going to apply early decision, make sure UChicago or Penn or Columbia is really your first choice, right? Because once you apply and if you're admitted, you are obligated to go. And that's really the definition of early decision. Whereas for early action, for schools like Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Princeton, Caltech, it's restrictive early action. So that means you can only apply early to one private school, which is the school I mentioned, but you are not obligated to go if you are admitted. So this still keeps your options open. The acceptance rates are higher. So without a doubt, you should choose one school that you apply early to. Another caveat to this is you could apply early to one private school and many public schools. So for example, you could apply early to Princeton, which is single choice early action, or restrictive early action. They both mean the same thing, but you could also simultaneously apply early to schools like University of Michigan, Georgia Tech, because these are public schools. So you could apply to multiple public schools early, as well as apply to one private school to maximize and really take advantage of the application policies at these schools. With that being said, that also means you have to prepare for these applications in advance, which really means spending your summer really working on your personal statements and the essays and the common application. The UCs do not have an early application process like UC Berkeley or UCLA, so no need to worry about those. But those applications are due November 1st to the 30th, which really falls in the timeline of these other early applications, which are due generally November 1st. So yes, apply early, apply to a school that you really want to go to, and take advantage of the higher acceptance rates at these schools. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, give us a like and a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button. We'll be sharing more tips and advice on the college admissions process.